Oh yeah, I'm having issues. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A Switch, aka who keep fucking putting these damn. I can't even make it. I can't even get nothing. Who keep putting these Vaseline on my knees, aka the Komake Tiger Dropper. Dropper. Excuse me. AKA the motherfucking honey bun hunter. AKA the undisputed, undefeated, uncontested social distancing champion. AKA the nigga lip master. Bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sights, episode 128. 128. Ooh, shit. I'm glad I started this right before midnight. Today's date, well, it was November 4th, now November 5th. Just as I start, I was like, let me just start recording before midnight. So, um, I am a little bit late for my, standard expected recording time, due to, watching Eternals. I saw I didn't know it was that long, actually. It felt longer than it, I think the movie started like around 8 and then stopped or was done by like 10:30. Then again, I was staying for the credits, the after credits and all that stuff, but we'll talk about that later in this show. But for those that don't know, Switches Sites podcast is a video game solo podcast hosted by yours truly, where I talk about just that. Well, damn. I think I covered everything. I believe I covered everything. I think I did. Yeah. Shoot. World-wise. Nothing I can really remember. Nothing that's notable, I guess. But pretty interesting deets either way. Oh yeah, I guess some pretty cool news. I thought for the Game Awards, I'm actually going. I think that I believe they're only inviting certain people. I'm guessing, and sure enough, your boy got invited. So, looking forward to celebrating gaming and all that good stuff. And oh man, that shouldn't have won Game of the Year. As I'm talking to myself at the show, who is he talking to? Let me stop. Well, what else? Yeah, at least gaming wise, some interesting deets, some details, that I think will make for a pretty interesting show today. So, without further ado, let's stop the dilly dallying and get right into it. And let me make sure I get my codes. Make sure I get my codes for, we'll say, 3. Red Dead Redemption. I gotta do it. Red Dead Redemption. You gotta put that southern drawl in it. You got to. It's necessary. Red Dead Redemption 2 coming into the rumor mill. Actually, not 2, but Red Dead Redemption. Supposedly is going to be remastered. this is via Games Radar that apparently Red Dead Redemption is in development. A remaster of Red Dead Redemption, mind you. Technically, you can still play it on the Xbox Series consoles. I think they upgraded it to 4K resolution, or upscaled it to that resolution with their very magical, mythical backwards compatibility. So that is pretty dope, I have to say. I have never messed with it. I think I was I was so drained from playing 2, because man, 2 is heavy in a lot of ways, let me tell you. I think that game is like, at least for me personally, it was like 90 hours. But god damn it, it was a good ass 90 hours. So let me tell you. Let me tell you a story. So yeah, I mean, I think it's inevitable that we were gonna get a remaster. Because let's see, Red Dead Redemption 1 came out in 2011. Technically, this would be the 10-year anniversary of it this year. I'm not sure when it did. Let's do some fact checking, see when it actually came out. I believe it was like, I think a June-ish or in the summer, I recall. I want to say May 18th, 2010. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So I was off by a year. So either way, it definitely makes sense. And it seems like, especially considering the recent news about the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, it seems like only a matter of time that it's gonna get remade. So especially considering that 2 is a prequel to 1, I think it makes sense. I'd play it. I guess it would depend. No, it's been a good while. Yeah, if they put a nice slab of paint on it, maybe added, kind of brought the engine from Red Dead Redemption 2 and maybe revved it up a bit, added some extra content, missions, maybe added some additional continuity with the prequel. Yeah, I definitely play it again. Revisit the now I'm reflecting on it. The original Red Dead Redemption was it was a ride. A very good ride, I'd say, for sure. Let's not forget about the multiplayer. Probably the best, one of the best multiplayer games Rockstar has made. Wasn't a big fan of 2's multiplayer. I mean, it's a shame they got rid of. It's been a while since I played it. Since its initial release, I know they added a lot of content and stuff, but I've not gotten a chance to dabble in it. But yeah, man, my biggest gripe with Red Dead Redemption's multiplayer is that, like, I think, one, they took out traditional multiplayer. I think they made it, I don't know the word to describe it, but basically, I something bothers me that they totally, like, took out the standoff system. It was something that was totally unique to Red Dead Redemption and just made sense considering, like, the reference material that they're going off of. Like, you start the game, everybody's aiming at each other, and last person standing wins. And I think that just the initial chaos starting off a match, I think, was pretty dope. And that's definitely a pretty big factor what kept me engaged in the game for however long it was. I can't even. I played the multiplayer for a good while, especially with friends and stuff. It's a good time, man. It was a really good time. So that would be dope if they include multiplayer. It seems like the running theme is that they do not keep multiplayer with remasters, but hopefully they'll make an exception. Now the more I think about it, they'll probably try to push you towards the Red Dead Redemption 2 multiplayer. And who knows, maybe they might add the standoffs back. That's probably my biggest gripe, because that was like one of the best unique features of Red Dead Redemption that just made it a fun ass time. Just yeah, man. Just it's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah, they probably will bundle, since I know Red Dead Redemption 2's multiplayer is technically standalone. You could buy it on its own without getting the main game. I think at least for PC. I believe for console it's different. You have to get either or, I want to say. But they could probably, just keep the same consistent multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption 2 and just tackle us, bundle it with this at least if true remaster of Red Dead Redemption 1. But I mean, if I guess not really a spoiler for Red Dead Redemption 2, but in terms of the map of the game, you literally can explore, I think literally all of Resident Evil, Red Dead Redemption 1's locations on within Red Dead Redemption 2. So it seems like they already had the groundwork there. I know previously there were rumors way back, I think pretty much when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, that considering you can explore pretty much literally Red Dead Redemption 1 within 2. I think there maybe was missing a particular map or something, but like a good amount of the first game in terms of location was within 2. But at least people were suspecting that maybe DLC for Red Dead Redemption 1 would be added, or technically they would like add Red Dead Redemption 1 as DLC. So technically Red Dead Redemption 1 as a DLC within 2, if that makes sense, which I totally would have been down for that as well. But seems like we getting a straight old remaster. So I'm not even gonna hold you. I said it before, I'll say it again. Sign me up. Sign me up for that. John Marston, I'm ready to get on the saddle with you. Ready to get on the saddle with you, buddy, till the very end. I'm ready to get on the saddle with you, buddy, till the very end. You know this. On not no Brokeback Mountain stuff, which is totally cool and acceptable. Don't get it twisted. So yeah, man. A matter of time. I'm interested though, for sure. For sure. Moving on. Modern Warfare 2. Oh, you say those words every I ain't gonna hold y'all. Just got slightly erect. That's all. I just heard the words. I'm just saying, just mildly aroused. But so still keeping that rumor train going. Cheat. Modern Warfare 2. Basically, there's a big leak from a reputable leaker, Ralph's Valve on Twitter, who had some pretty bold ass, well, rumors, specifically regarding Modern Warfare 2, which I'm assuming they wouldn't. Maybe they would. I think they've technically done it. This was technically done before. Well, in terms of, companies actually being bold enough to rename, keep the same name of a game they've already previously made. Since, for those that may not know, Modern Warfare 2 already existed on the 360 and PS3 back in the day. But maybe they might be bold enough to release it again with the same names, which, if anybody would do it, would be Activision. Then when you kind of think about it in a deeper, bigger scheme of things, that I think it's probably pretty unanimous that, like, literally everybody and they mama, yes, they mama loved Modern Warfare 2. It's definitely was my favorite Modern Warfare before. I'm still contested about it, but it's between Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 2019. So yeah, they'll probably maybe just say Modern Warfare 2 2019 like they did Modern Warfare and rebooted it as well. So yeah. Either way, in terms of some of the rumors, is that there were massive hirings for critical positions from studios like DICE, who obviously have made Battlefield. In terms of the at least I always associate them with the like in-depth like destruction engine, where it's, what is it, Red Faction, where they just go into very deep detail of like destructive environments and stuff. Rockstar, Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, and Respawn. So they got the guns. The guns are out. Campaign is inspired by movies like Sicario, Traffic, No Country for Old Men, all movies I've never seen before. So for those that may have seen those movies, give you a taste, assumed to have an M rating with blood, gore, intense violence, strong language themes, use of drugs. That's a new one. In-game content purchases, users interact. So the blood and gore, I think that was a bit that wasn't in the first Modern Warfare. So that's not necessarily, I guess, groundbreaking or, new. Intense violence. That's, again, well, depends, I guess, on the context, but again, not necessarily anything new. But the use of drugs, I think that's pretty substantial. Pretty substantial. So focus on state-of-the-art weapon, realism, and dynamics. Hey, I am all in. Sign me up. Sign me up. Please. Yeah, man. Whoever did the animations and just, man, they nailed it. They really did. Just the feel of guns and just the visceralness. You felt it. And give Infinity Ward their flowers, man. They really deserve it. Focus. No, I already said that. Campaign features an advanced moral system that affects how the character reacts to situations. It seems like one of those things that, I don't know. It always seems like something that seems very ambitious, but then it always ends up falling flat, where it's like not necessarily anything. It kind of reminds me of what's the other, damn it, Black Ops 2, where they had the whole branching system and multiple endings, and at least it felt like the decisions and endings weren't necessarily that drastically different from one another. At least from my maybe I'm possibly misremembering, but it felt like they were not that like, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. Everything, it felt like everything was kind of still the same. So that's at least going by past history. I'm doubtful of, considering they at least they weren't. That was a different company, not Treyarch versus Infinity Ward, but still. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it. I'd be surprised if they make it very interesting or revolutionary. Like, man, this is like gonna change the gaming landscape. Like, everybody's gonna copy it and all that. But I don't know. Advanced moral system that affects how the character reacts to situations. The potential's there, but at least initially, I'm very skeptical to see if that actually comes to fruition. This was pretty interesting. Gun jamming mechanics in single player modes. So supposedly, you'll be shooting a gun and then randomly the gun will jam, which I don't think there's technically been a game that actually has ever even tried to implement that. I mean, technically Gears of War, but it's what's the word? Consistent, where it's, if you don't do, the active reload in time within the little bar, kind of the risk reward system, then you are punished with your gun jamming, but that's controllable. It's not like random where, one time you reload and you can't, your gun jams. That'd be fucked up. But, yeah, it's definitely wise to keep it only to single player. Oh man, it's funny thinking of, oh man, sorry, the mic, the immense, the immense sodium levels, in like competitive. I just, it's a 1v1, like fucking 5 million is on the line, and you the one guy sees the other dude, what is it, probably Optic versus 100 Thieves for the championship. And the MVP player for 100 Thieves guns jams and loses so much. It's funny, but it isn't. It's funny, but it's not. Oh man, that'd be fucked up. But man, that would kind of be entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. That would definitely I would want to watch more than I would otherwise. I'll say that. I could definitely see that being like a timed event mode. That'd be a pretty dope timed event mode where, it's like nothing's on the line. It's just for fun. Like, random gun jam mode, guys. That'd be cool. I mean, as a limited time event, I'd totally play that in a multiplayer environment, but that's pretty cool. Then his last detail, PT inspired mode to replace special ops. What? What? I'm very curious what they mean by that. PT inspired. So is it horror? I guess the only thing I could think of is zombies, but scarier. But it's like, it's not even scary to begin with. I don't understand that. So very curious to see what that actually means. You just walk in a house and it's just a walk-in simulator. Well, I guess obviously with the horror elements, but I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it though. Don't get me wrong. Interesting stuff overall though. These definitely seem pretty believable. I could see these happening. Just the PT inspired mode is weird to me. That's probably only like, that's a little sus. But yeah, I'm weirdly looking forward to gun jamming for some reason. I could see the PS5 controller where the adaptive triggers, they gonna run that shit to the ground, gun jams and breaks your finger. I don't know. That can't happen. You gotta have the finger strength of a bull. Bulls don't have fingers, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All in all, hey man. Yeah, I kind of wish I knew these movies, movie references, but I've not seen them. Sicario, Traffic, No Country for Old Men. So if you know what those movies are, good luck. Good luck, Infinity Ward. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Moving on. Actually, no, we're not gonna move on. I forgot about a couple more details that actually came out. It will supposedly have a new Warzone map, which that seems to be the theme now. I guess they they kind of they didn't drastically change the map for Cold War. They just kind of reskinned it. It felt like, but I guess with Vanguard, they're gonna have it be a new map, and then I guess obviously, evidently from this, that there'll be a new map with Modern Warfare 2. So I guess probably have this cadence of each new game will come along with a new Warzone map, which would be pretty dope, pretty cool. Something mode that's gonna compete with Battlefield. I mean, considering those supposed acquisitions from people from those respective companies, that seems to be a safe bet. Third mode, which is described to be as a mix of PvP and PvE, similar to Battlefield 2042's upcoming Hazard Zone, which I'm not too versed on. I would assume maybe it's something like Titanfall's attrition mode, where it had like a cool mix of PvP as well as PvE, where you can shoot not shoot non-real players to also get points, but not as much as real people. But that sounds pretty cool if done right. Several years in the making, supposedly. See players battling against cartel AI with friends as they attempt to complete objective-based missions within the same Modern Warfare 2 Warzone map. Okay. I was actually a fan of Modern Warfare 2019's Ground War. That was actually pretty fun. So the potential is definitely there. Huh. Well. Cool. And that's it. That is it. Now we're actually moving on. Next topic of discussion. Elden Ring. I mean, Elden Ring. That's all I gotta say. You go in the club. You go in the club, you just say Elden Ring. Just all the women's panties just drop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did he say Elden Ring? Did he say Elden Ring? Oh, that'd be kind of funny. I mean, probably only gamers would get that, but it'll still be funny either way. Anyway, how do we? Oh, stupid. Yeah. So Elden Ring, a new, pretty damn extensive gameplay preview, premiered today, or technically yesterday, I guess. I'm gonna refer to today because it's still today. All right. As in, well, you know what I mean. It was like what 18, 19 minutes. And boy, Whew, whew. So much stuff to just pick from that. Whew. It's like, where do I even start? I'm enamored by what I saw. Um, I'm gonna try to refer to memory wise what I did see, but uh, starting off, it's kind of funny. Man, you can definitely tell it's a Souls game or a From Software game. That's for sure, because it seems like they barely deviate from the animations seem pretty much the same, which is not necessarily bad. I mean, especially for people who are fans of Dark Souls and the Soulsborne series. But it's funny what after like this is like the sixth game. It's like, yeah, this is a From Soft game. This is definitely a From Software game. Um, I don't know why that's so funny to me. It does look beautiful though. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I guess that's another factor too. Like it seems very just straight up open world, which is like mentally for me it's hard to fathom because I always just have this, I don't know, this preconceived notion in my head for From Software games are always being like a confined linear experience. But I mean, yeah, it's open world, man. It is open. It is literally Dark Souls, but open world, which is pretty dope. There were stealth. You can use stealth. That is a From Software game that uses. Well, I guess technically, did Sekiro have stealth? Kind of. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, Sekiro did have stealth segments and elements. So I can't even say that, but I mean, I guess that's probably where they got a lot of their maybe experience from in terms of that. So that's cool. You can of course still summon teammates. There's still invading and PvP elements like previous games. It feels like, man, this map is like huge. And especially considering how From Software's games have like a lot of depth within a pretty I don't know, finite area, which I think, considering like, their attention to detail and stuff. Whew, it's looking great, man. It's looking spectacular. It really is. It seems like yeah, man. They also at least revealed that well, I mean, we did kind of know about it a little bit, but horseback. So it seems pretty cool. Makes sense. You can, like, I guess, summon your horse anywhere within reason. I'm assuming. That was one concern I had, is that, like, having a horse, like, how does it kind of work? But you can literally teleport it in when you're done. It just disappears, which I think is probably the best solution. And you can have combat on the horseback, so you can fight while you're on the horse, which is interesting. Yeah, I think we never necessarily saw in the previous trailers that you can actually fight while on horseback. What else? It was something else that was pretty dope. Oh yeah, launch pads. So, I mean, considering like the very varying degrees of terrain in the game in terms of navigating with a horse, there are launch pads that'll you can ride towards and it'll pop you up instead of that is one annoying thing about open world games. At least I remember, especially like with Red Dead Redemption 2. Metal Gear Solid 5, not necessarily that much. There are other avenues to navigate from like from that standpoint, but I do like, yeah, that's definitely a really good solution to kind of not break the pace for a game like this. There's dungeons that you can, like, fully explore and find stuff. They have, their equivalent of bonfires now. What are people that are, uh, I forgot the term for hallowed in this now, this, this new series. Was it, I think not, I want to say ridden, but I think that's Back for Blood. What was it? Not desecrated. I want to say desecrated so bad, but I know that's not it. Riddled or something. I think it was something with an R, but either way, it was like, oh, that doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound like, some different titles sound like, yeah, we're just not trying to copyright, or we can't say, our original IPs, reference. So we'll say this, the Taken, the Taken. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not one I can't really think of as necessarily horrible, but yeah. So apparently there are boss battles you can, like, I guess, just come across, navigating the open world map. Of course, it wouldn't be a Souls game if it wasn't like some straight up bullshit moments and traps and shit, where it seems like from the gameplay they showed, there's plenty of that. Have fucking bitches hiding behind the damn walls, waiting to stab you in the back. What was it? Cheap ass attacks from bosses. There was plenty of that. But again, at least what at least keeps me playing with the series, they do seem fair. It's like, well, well, you weren't paying attention to your surroundings, so that's what you get. That's what you get. Now you're dead. Now you lost. I guess I don't know. I don't think I'm assuming there's going to be like it's a Souls game. There's definitely going to be like currency and stuff and all that to manage and all that. So, yeah, it's a straight up Souls game. And of course, they showed a interesting element of, kind of the, let the world speak for itself, lore kind of build itself, rather than, give you explicit cutscene thing where it was this one character is a jar dude, like, oh, somebody please help me, please please whoop my ass with a club to get me out. Oh, thank you, you almost killed me though, appreciate it. That's, yeah. So it's literally Dark Souls, but open world, which is crazy, man. That's crazy to kind of fathom. Just, what of Dark Souls series, but like straight up open world, man. I'm here for it. Oh, feel like this game is gonna be a good. If you want to explore everything, I feel like it's gonna be a good 70 hours. I kind of want it though. I kind of want that, to be honest. I'd be surprised if otherwise. Specifically if you explore everything, I would assume probably otherwise it'll probably be the same length as a traditional Souls game, maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, man, looking good. All I'm gonna say, I can't wait for that beta, that network test, whatever it is. Give it to me. From Software, I know you listening. Please, I beg of you. If you I don't. I'm trying to plead, and I can't even. I love you. I love you more than I already do. From Software, all right. I love you, but I don't know if I love you like fuck. I don't know if I love you like, relentlessly. It's like it's just I'm like right at the edge where it's like it's relentless, but it's just something that's missing to get me to that relentless love, and that it would be playing this network test, whatever it is, beta, whatever you want to call it. I just want to touch it. I just want to touch it from software, please. Please, let me touch it. Let me stop. Overall, hey, it's a Souls game for, take that for what you will. Take it or leave it. I mean, with, what's his name? Who's the dude that wrote the Game of Thrones book? I want to say R.R. Tolkien, but I think that's fucking Goosebumps. Oh my God. George R. Martin, right? I think it's George R. Martin. Let me just confirm my suspicion. Yeah, George R. Martin. Man. Whew. Whew. I'm so ready. February 2022. You need to be here now. Just saying. Moving on. Sakurai. You know him. I know you know him. Don't be playing with me. I know you know him. You know I know him. But I know you know. So in an interview with Masahiro Sakurai, there were some interesting details regarding the future of Smash that seems very just some interesting topics to kind of, think on, if anything. At least a couple highlights specifically. In regards to Smash, I am not thinking of a sequel. I am not thinking of it every time. However, I can't say with certainty that this would be the end of Smash. So, at least for those that are, thinking this is the final bout, hold your horses there, buddy. Hold on. Hey, this ride may not stop yet. Just you wait. I need to think whether I must release a Smash game or not, even if I have to do something that would disappoint users. Interesting. That's kind of messed up, though. I mean, let that man rest. Let that man rest for once. Oh, man. It's funny when you see, like, the, each, new Smash direct or whatever. It felt like it was always a joke. Like, maybe I can sleep now. One of these days, I'll have my rest. Hopefully, I can rest now. It's like, come on, Sakurai. Please don't make us feel guilty about wanting to, enjoy the spectacle that is Smash. I currently don't see a path where Smash can be produced without myself. That's pretty interesting. At least I think, include myself, I think suspected that Sakurai would pass the torch to somebody if there were to be another Smash. That he is probably tired, and it's clear, it's blatant that he's tired, and he will want to do something else. So that's pretty crazy that he doesn't trust anybody. Yeah, at least that's what I get from that, is that he doesn't trust anybody with Smash than himself, which, I mean, it's fair. It's like, hey, if you want a job done right, do it yourself. Honestly, we did actually try leaving it to someone else, but it didn't go well. I guess that's my answer too. Well, yeah, damn. So I guess they did try actually passing the torch, and oh no, I don't like this at all. Wow, I'd like to definitely hear more about that. Like, well, I know he wouldn't kiss and tell. I don't take Sakurai as the type to kiss and tell, but that would be that's interesting. Whew. Yeah, I feel like behind closed doors, Sakurai definitely is a demanding guy in terms of, hey, I want the absolute best. If you can't if you not up to snuff, I gotta cut you. I gotta cut you right now. If the series were to continue, I have to talk to Nintendo. I have to talk with Nintendo and have a debate on whether it will succeed or not. I must think about this topic seriously. So, well, I mean, it's you can only respect him for that. I mean, clearly he's proven that he is definitely the man with the man that can smash. Let's just keep it at that. He definitely has proven that yeah, it's hard to really fathom anybody taking the mantle. What a new Smash under somebody else would be. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, but I think it's inevitable though. At some point, it's gonna be another Smash, unless, I mean, if I were them, I would definitely milk Smash Ultimate to oblivion. Just milk it dry. Just milk it so much. Milk it. Just keep milking it. Milk it so hard. Just keep milking it. Sakurai, just milk it up. Just give me all the milk, Sakurai. Just give. Interesting stuff though. This was like a Japanese interview that was translated on Twitter by Push Dustin. So interesting stuff. Very insightful to see kind of his angle after technically everything's been said and done now that Smash Ultimate technically is quote unquote done. I say that because I it's hard to fathom that Smash Ultimate at least is done. I feel like this feels like a once in like a century thing that I feel like just keep it going, man. Just keep adding. Just keep these passes going. That's money. It's money. Just keep them coming. That's all I'm saying. I guess you would get to a point where it's like, damn, if we were to make another game, we're kind of fucked. But it's like, it feels like this would be the only game, considering Masahiro Sakurai anyway. But I digress. Moving on. Shenmue 2, right? I don't know why that's random. I guess Shenmue 2, I think, premiered, at least in the US, for the original Xbox, when Dreamcast was couldn't stand on its own and was not looking so good. I hate to say it, but I mean it is true. So at least I refer to that because Sega and Microsoft are exploring strategic alliance to create new strategic titles for Sega and establish a next generation development environment. That is wordy as it feels unnecessarily wordy as fuck, but at least from what I gathered from further details, this basically means that I think specifically towards the cloud services that Microsoft has with Azure and all that stuff, that this will make development for Sega's future games much easier, and overall a pretty great partnership between the two. And dare I say, maybe potentially down the road, maybe things might I forgot what movie it's from. Maybe I want to say Superbad, but I'm probably wrong. It's like, I guess you could say things are getting serious. They're at phase 1 right now, but then at some point Sega and Microsoft. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, guess you. It's so dumb. I guess you can. Guess you can say things are getting serious. Just the confidence. The confidence kills me. But at least to kind of, yeah, that's really it. At least I'll read this blurb. Sega Corporation, hereinafter referred to as Sega, and Microsoft Corporation, referred as Microsoft, have agreed in principle and a strategic alliance that explores ways for Sega to produce large-scale global games in a next-generation development environment built on Microsoft's Azure cloud platform. The alliance would form a key part of Sega's mid to long-term strategy, allowing the business to move forward with Super Game. That's weird. Super Game. A new initiative for developing new and innovative titles where the key focuses are global, online, community, and IP utilization. So yeah, this just seems very wordy and convoluted, but at least reading between the lines, it seems like to some extent, Sega's future games will utilize Microsoft's Azure cloud, exclusively, presumably. I'm at least what I'm thinking is kind of similar to Crackdown 3, where at least that was the big thing, at least in the initial marketing push for that game, where like this game will use Microsoft's Azure or cloud services to I think generate like the game backgrounds, or I think specifically the destructive environments. So apparently that's a thing. Would be weird in terms of like, I don't know, people with like limited data caps and stuff. That seems like that could be problematic. I mean, of course, it just would be an option for people to turn off, but still weird nonetheless, Anyway, interesting stuff, I'd say, if I do say so myself. With that being said, that concludes all the news. Or wait a minute, does it? Actually, wait a minute. I forgot one detail. Let me make that live edit right now. Just can't keep track of my my documentation clearly. So at least forgot about this topic, but Overwatch and Diablo apparently are gonna be delayed. I think. Well, did they give a date? Well, I guess just indefinitely delayed or something like that. But yeah, Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 have been delayed. I'm not sure when. I guess, yeah, at least to read this statement. As we have worked with new leadership in Blizzard and within the franchises themselves, particularly in certain key creative roles, it has become apparent that some of Blizzard's content planned for next year will benefit from more development time to reach its full potential. While we're still planning to deliver a substantial amount of content from Blizzard next year, we are now planning for a later launch for Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 than originally envisaged. Is that a word? Envisaged? That's a word, apparently. These are two of the most eagerly anticipated titles in the country, and our teams have made great strides towards completion in recent quarters. But we believe giving the team some extra time to complete production and continue growing their creative resources to support the titles after launch will ensure that these releases delight and engage their communities for many years into the future. These decisions will push out the financial uplift that we had expected to see next year. But we are confident that this is the right course of action for our people, our players, and the long-term success of our franchises. I don't know why I got dramatic, but yeah. So I think sure. I mean considering the whole rockiness that is still, a thing with Activision Blizzard anyway, this seems kind of inevitable. I think it was a lot of people, at least for Overwatch specifically, that were leaving, due to obvious reasons, I would assume. So it makes sense. Take your time, I guess. I mean, I don't know. As somebody who doesn't play Overwatch that much, or at least I used to not play it at least as much currently. It's fine. I feel like, I think Diablo 4 felt like it's still like really in the pipeline anyway, but I don't even think it was gonna come out either this year or next year, but I could still see Overwatch 2 dropping a beta maybe next year at the most, but not a big deal. I think on top of that, they did announce that BlizzCon is not going to be happening this year as well, which I would assume for obvious reasons, considering the just shambles that their company seems to be in right now, with everything being said. So I mean, they honestly should, considering all the fire they're under, deservedly so. So good riddance. Moving on. Well, now that concludes all the news for this week. So let's get into what I've been playing, which has been still playing the Dark Pictures Anthology. Dark Pictures Anthology. The Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes. So I this has been a pretty substantial one in a while. That actually the first game since Until Dawn. I actually literally was jumping around and trying to grab some trophies, and ultimately played through the game again a second time, which just is unusual for me for a game like this, but I did really enjoy it. So at least the ending I got wasn't the best technically, even though at least on paper it seems like it would be, but I attempted to get the best ending, which I technically didn't, but I just wanted to just straight up do it out of pure curiosity, in regards to I wonder if I do this, will this happen, without looking anything up. I was like, I'm just curious if my curiosity will pay off, which it did not. It was I don't want to spoil any decisions or stuff that needs to be made, but essentially there's just a lot of variables that come into play for the certain decisions in the game. Of course, the whole butterfly effect thing, that certain things affect others and all that. But I thought I had a good idea that what I needed to do would ultimately give me the best ending. Basically, for a character I was very curious to see that was referenced a lot throughout the game. I was like, I wonder if we get a payoff of seeing this person in the ending, which you don't, which I think that also killed it for me after I beat it a second time. And then I ultimately just looked up YouTube just to see some of the choices. I saw a death montage of everybody getting killed, which I think that's probably going to be a thing now with every Dark Pictures Supermassive game where I'll out of curiosity just see everybody just how they get killed, how many different ways can they be killed after I have beaten it. So it still makes me, I guess that also takes me back though to, I think I brought this up before last episode about I wish there was a way to just skip to decisions after you at least beat the game once or twice. I say, yeah, even twice. I would literally play this game twice if after I beat it twice, I could then unlock the option to skip to decisions and see what other decisions I can make and branch out from those decisions, or do some cool, like, similar to Mass Effect where, if you didn't play the first Mass Effect and just want to jump right into 2, you have a truncated decision maker. Like, this happened in Mass Effect 1. Do you want to save this person or this person? And then, it will say, okay, the game, at least you are registered as if you did this in Mass Effect 1, blah, blah, blah. And then, go straight after that, which I think, I hope they do at some point. I highly doubt they'll put this in The Devil Within Me, I think, which is the next Dark Pictures game that's coming out. But hopefully for season 2 they do something like that, because that's it's pretty fun. But I mean, it's annoying. I have to trudge through the same cutscene for at least hypothetically the third time to even like get to certain points. So yeah, all in all, man, pretty good, man. Pretty good. I didn't get all the achievements or trophies I wanted, but I was like, you know what? I'm pretty content now. And then, yeah, I just like, let me see just some of the decisions and how they play out. But yeah, pretty dope. Second best to Until Dawn for sure. Right behind it. I definitely still feel that way. Also played, of course, some more of that Resident Evil 4 VR. Ashley, get out of there. that's sorry, that's didn't mean to startle y'all. That's my Leon S. Kennedy impression. Ashley, what are you doing? Ashley, wait. Ada, wait. Hey, Ada, wait. Thank you. I'm still working on my acting career. I'll get it up. I'll get up and off the ground at some point. Yeah, man. I'm at the village, or not the village, the island, or technically, I guess, the last act of the game. And man, it's just, I said it before, I'll say it again. Resident Evil 4 is the killer app for VR, and I guess at least definitely specifically currently right now, the Oculus Quest 2 for sure. If you are a fan of Resident Evil 4 and maybe you're curious about VR, I do recommend you try this out if you have the means to, because my goodness, it's so good. It's so good. As my first like legit AAA VR experience, I'm very impressed, man. Still, I freaking learned the other day that with the shotgun, you can dual wield two-handed weapons as well. Where I had a freaking shotgun as well as my pistol. I shared it on Twitter where at A Switch, where basically it is so fucking cool to me that literally you can dual wield a weapon and you can literally do some straight up John Woo shit, man, and like fucking toss your handgun in the air, use your hand to pump the shotgun to get another shotgun shot ready, catch the handgun, shoot motherfucker, and then toss it again, reload your shotgun and shoot. Oh my god, that's just, to me, that is so fucking cool, man. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. As somebody who's like new to this VR game. Man, I am so impressed. So impressed and enamored by VR. I really am. As somebody, especially as somebody who was initially pretty skeptical about it. Like at least when I play with some friends and get exposure that way, I was like, yeah, it's cool. I don't know if I like just go out of my way to get it. I don't know. Maybe it was like a sale or something. I might dump it and jump into it, but I was like, we got Resident Evil 4. Well, okay, I guess I have to play it now. And yeah, man, it's so good. It's literally like playing the game all over again. I occasionally would get like just a straight up Mr. Grinch grin on my face. I'm just smiling ear to ear playing it at times. I'm like just marveling at the fact like, man, like VR, it works and it's cool. It's like so awesome. So just the creativity, you have more flexibility to do stuff, and it works. I guess that's the other thing too. I'm just amazed by it. It just works. It feels like there just would be some room for it not working at all and just nothing not gelling, and just was, probably one of the biggest maybe demoters of VR of it would be this game. But no, it is like good. They literally transferred the traditional Resident Evil 4 experience to VR flawlessly. It is crazy to me. One interesting detail with the rocket launcher I encountered. Normally, when I'm just playing the game like I would any other time, I annually play this game, and normally I save the rocket to for Salazar. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little scared, I'll use it on left hand. But at least in this case, I saved the rocket launcher for him. At least I was trying to shoot it, but it wouldn't let me shoot it. So at least after the fact, I was like, you know what? I'll just kill him normally, and I did. And then at least after doing some research, I thought it was like just a bug or a glitch or something. But apparently the trigger is on the left hand side, where you have to dual wield it and then hit the trigger that way instead of your right hand, which is totally weird. But because I was like, it's not going off and I'm about to get hit, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna, something must be wrong with it. And then I just eventually solved it, and which is fine. I just want to explore this game, and yeah, I just love this game so much. VR is so great. I am a believer of VR now. I was like so on the fence about it, but now it's like, oh, it's so good. It really is. If you don't have VR and you're very curious about VR and you are a fan of Resident Evil 4 and maybe dabbling in other PC games, maybe if you have a PC as well and you're interested in VR, best value is definitely Oculus Quest 2 for sure, man. Whew. So good. So good. Really is. I'm still let this be an indication of my real world experience with VR. So yeah, man. Yeah. That pretty much was it gaming wise, at least for that. So let's get into what I've been watching, which has only been, of course, recently today. Just got off from seeing it, back from seeing it. Marvel's Eternals. I as a pretty big Marvel fan, at least of the MCU, I've dabbled, of course, in some of the like video games and cartoons and stuff back in the day, but I have no idea who the Eternals were before this, outside of course doing research in terms of YouTube channels that like, hey, were you confused as fuck by that after credits cutscene? Hey, this is who this person is, which yes, that is definitely a thing. So, but yeah, at least as somebody who's not familiar with the Eternals, I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was pretty good. Had a lot of funny moments. What's his name? Khalil Mujani, I believe. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but he actually is pretty funny consistently throughout the movie. Another character is pretty funny that is kind of like his support in what is it? Kind of like his assistant butler kind of thing. He was killing it. I wasn't expecting this movie to be as funny as it was, but it was very funny and delightful. One interesting thing actually that was I didn't get a chance to research it yet, but I'm very curious. What's the rating for this? Cause it was it's PG-13. Huh. It was some questionable stuff for PG-13. Not nothing I'm gonna spoil, but it was just questionable. Like, I guess mainly mainly violence. It felt like it was like, I guess because the creatures technically weren't organic, but they kind of were. I don't know. It's just something by how it was shot. It felt like very graphic. I don't know, either graphic, visceral, whatever. But yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It just felt like, man, this feels like this feel like an R-rated movie or something. But apparently, it's not PG-13. Hey, I mean, if you 13, boy, yeah, yeah. There was a very awkward moment that will, I'll say, yeah, just awkward, specifically for yeah, that's what kind of like made me suspicious, because I mean, this, I don't think this is necessarily a spoiler, but there is a sex scene in the game. I mean, the movie, and it's just weird. I think, is this the first? This might be the first time, without counting Deadpool, that there is a sex movie. I mean, sex movie, a sex scene in a Marvel film, or like a legit Marvel film, not Fox's Marvel, I guess, if that makes sense. Which is, I don't know, I guess it threw me off. I was like, because it was a scene where basically, two of the obvious people were kissing, and then it was like I was like, oh, okay, they're just done kissing, that's cool. And then, oh, what are you doing? All right, okay, let's just let's just make everybody in the theater feel real awkward. That's what I just can't think of a movie that literally does sex scenes well. I don't know. It just is always gonna feel awkward with other people, I think. I don't know, man. Personally, I always felt that way about sex scenes in movies. It's like, you don't have to show them doing it. You could just show them in the bed naked under the sheets or something. Oh man, oh you did me so good, babe. Oh my god. That's it. Okay, we get it. Not I mean, it was in some, it was pushing it. I'll say that. It was pushing that PG-13 rating to the max, in my opinion. Especially as somebody who's, of course, used to R-rated, mature stuff. But I was like, damn, this is this rated R? No, I literally thought that during, like, certain segments in the movie. But man, they are riding that fucking PG-13 rating. Let me tell you. But either way, outside of that, yeah, I overall really enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It definitely has some very questionable stuff. I would definitely say that. But I think as a whole, I definitely did enjoy it, though. I thought it was pretty good. Definitely better than Black Widow, for sure. But yeah, trying to think if there's anything notable outside of that. No, that was really it. Yeah, just it is pushing that PG-13 rating. Let me tell you, if you got some kids, I don't know, that don't know any better. I guess, I mean, there's been worse. It's probably seen worse now to think about it. You know what I mean. It's just that sex scene though. Can you have a sex scene in a PG-13 movie? I mean, they were like, definitely get the idea. It's like they was humping, you know? It was just humping. Yeah. It's like, all right, I guess. What is this? What does this give us? You can just feel the wave of awkwardness all across the theater. Oh man, oh man, it was super awkward. I'm not even gonna lie. Sex scenes are always awkward, man. If you're watching it with somebody else, but now the more I'm thinking about it is there was, man, I ain't gonna lie, it was borderline, I was like, is this Grey's Anatomy? No, not Grey's, fuck, I fucked up. It was this 50 Shades of Grey. You watching this segment, of course it's always the parents. When you watching something, the parents always coming in. What are you watching? You watching that is this that new 50 Shades of Grey, huh? That stepdad, you watching that 50 Shades of Grey, huh? Let me stop. Oh man, that shit was fucking awkward, I'm not gonna lie. Cool, just you felt it. You felt the just ox sauce everywhere. But I digress. Overall, I'm just hyper focusing on that. It just was very notable. But as a whole, I thought it was a really good movie. Very solid, good Marvel movie in my opinion. So would I put it in my top 10? No, but it's definitely up there. I definitely would put it ahead of a fair amount of Marvel movies. So take that for what you will. Yeah. With that being said, that concludes episode 128 Switches Sites. If you did like this podcast, feel free to like, rate, subscribe on your favorite podcasting platforms. You can catch this recording live, ideally on Thursday evenings on Twitch TV/aswitch. You can catch the archives of this podcast on youtube.com/aswitch. You can also follow me on Twitter at aswitch. Always forget to try to pimp that out. But if you want to see me, hey, don't look at my likes. Don't look at my likes. Stop it. Just stop it. You don't need to. You don't need to. Until next time, y'all. Get your game on. Aw, yeah. Nobody's safe.